nowadays.
Hulk blood. Everybody wants Hulk blood. It's a top commodity.
Tell me why it is though. Like during She-Hulk, everyone was like, "Give me that blood."
I get people wanting the like super soldier serum. I don't get people being like, let's get the worst one. Let's get the worst one that makes you kind of freaky. Welcome back to the break room. This is Inside Marvel, New Rockstars What If After Show. I'm John Costa, and joining me again, back from episode 1, we've got Jessica Clemons.
I've been here the whole time.
Oh God. And friend of the channel making her break room review.
Aw, that was cute.
Good. Jacki Jing.
Oh, that was adorable. Hi, everybody. I'm back.
Welcome
I'm ready
back.
to talk what if.
Welcome back. Hey, it's the holidays. I don't know if you knew this.
We did know it was the holidays.
Christmas bells, people singing songs.
Happy holidays.
The LA skyline is covered in snow.
What?
As it is every year.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry.
No, we just do the spray paint snow.
That's right. Yeah. It's the Disneyland thing where you're just like, oh, this is just bubbles.
I'm like, oh.
You're talking about the
snow.
mountains and how there's like snow.
No, you know, have you ever done like a parade and they're like, it's snowing?
Oh, and
At
it's like
Disneyland,
that
and you're like,
fake
this is
snow.
fucking snow.
I'm from a snowy place, so I don't know what you're talking
You're not
about.
from a
Where are you from?
snowy place.
It doesn't snow. It snows actually a lot though in Washington State.
Washington's
Yeah, it snows
gets
like-
snow.
Because it rains so often that when it's really cold, it snows. It snowed in April once. Okay, continue.
Oh, not snow in April. Anyway, moving on.
That's why I left Chicago. Genuinely, it snowed.
I
was
lived in
like, I'm
upstate
not
New
gonna
York,
live here.
so we had 13 blizzards one year, and I was like, I'm never living here again.
13 Blizzards, a great sequel film to 13 Dresses. Hey, because it's the holidays, we might not be able to do every after show for this season when it airs. We will do all of the episodes. That's our promise to you. We will get to them all eventually. But hey, don't watch that episode tonight. Wait for the little break room notification. Spend some time with your family. Come back to us when we're done.
Yeah.
And then watch the episode and then watch us. Doesn't that sound like a great idea? Turn this off. Turn this off right now.
I
Turn it
think
off.
it's interesting that they're doing this format, though.
I hate it.
Why?
I hate it for
Why?
work,
work.
but it's good for family because
I
and my
work.
mom. That's
Yes.
all we do. My mom made me not watch the Fall of Usher to wait for her to come
Oh,
right now
girl.
to watch.
Oh,
Like,
you
we just
are-
watched.
you
Oh,
are
that's
in for a
the
trip.
scary show.
That show, I had nightmares for like
That's what my mom
probably
said.
3 or 4 weeks after. Yeah,
Whoa.
you're gonna. It's very good though. Like I don't want to like deter you from seeing it, man. Yeah, but I kind of like the
All those
format. 'cause,
Italians
like
are-
you said, like you get to watch it with all of your
Yeah,
family.
no, it's
All the
perfect for
Italians.
family.
Oh, that's House of Gucci.
In the house of
Wrong
Gucci.
house.
House of Usher is just a music video.
Yeah, of Usher
for-
dancing on a loop with Jungkook.
For 9
Yeah, or
episodes.
Jungkook. I love that. I would love that more than anything.
Oh man. Anyway, I'm kind of interested to see what people think. I do think it kind of is weird because like I do think for a show a lot of hype is built up when it's like every week you're waiting for it. So I do see that. But for the holidays, it's like we're all looking for something to watch and we're sitting on the couch, all the family flying in to hang out. So like I'm kind of excited to watch it with my mom and sister. So
Plus, these are good bite-sized episodes.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying the like.
They're
Yeah.
definitely testing the waters too right now, seeing if like how this does, and with Echo being a Marvel spotlight that's also dropping all at once. It's like okay, let's test things. 2024 is the year of testing things.
apparently.
We did find out this week that there's going to be 10 Marvel and Star Wars
Oh my
Disney
God,
Plus
yeah.
movies and TV shows next year. So they are going to have to get a little creative with how they drop some of these things.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
So
That is opening up a whole can of worms. We need a whole episode to talk about what you just
Oh,
said there.
exactly.
Like
should.
how is
It's a
how
great
is the MCU going to tackle that and the past of the MCU? And
I say
what
one a
it's-
week.
The current state.
until
It's gonna end up being
all
like
die.
one a day. Wasn't what was it? It was Kenobi and was it Miss Marvel the same day?
Yeah, there was
Or
definitely
around-
something running with Kenobi. At the
Yeah, there was
same
something
time.
running
day
with
and the day
Kenobi.
after, maybe something like that.
It was
yeah.
like around there, and I was like, dude, I'm suffering. I'm tired.
No.
There's
Because then
so
also
much
the last,
content.
it wasn't around the same time, but then like The Last of Us was another show we're going at the same time, and I was like, come on, please.
Well,
Please.
then we had, I think this was the big one in 2022, was Andor and Rings of Power and House of the Dragon.
Oh my god.
And maybe Rick and Morty snuck in there at one point.
Yeah.
Speaking of giving people what they want.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's Christmas, everybody.
Tomorrow's
Tomorrow's Christmas. If
Yay.
you're expecting a loved one in your life to drop a 20 in your stocking, head on over to nerdriot.shop to spend that 20 if you want to. It's up to you. We always have the latest and greatest New Rockstars gear, including this shirt. hey, Echo's right around the corner. It's the next thing out. We got this cool new Kingpin Who's the Monster eye patch shirt.
So when are you going to cosplay Kingpin? I think is the
Ooh.
question.
Oh, wait a minute.
I literally thought you were doing that on purpose.
I just need to like egg my head, and then we'll be there.
You would
have a beard, right?
That would be exceptional cosplay.
Maybe for Inside Marvel,
Like-
Echo.
If
Maybe
you
for that.
walked around a con, like everyone would know.
Give me a cane.
And the white suit, I'm like, Kingpin is one of the best villains.
I'll
I
be
think, ever.
Vanessa. And then it'll take a minute for people to realize who I am.
Okay, I'll
because
be
she's-
Elektra.
Oh, that's a good one. Damn, I should have took that one.
Slightly unrelated.
I'm sorry, I'm totally messing up the show's dynamic right now. We're supposed to be talking about What If, everybody.
So head on over to nerdriot.shop where you can always grab the latest and greatest new Rockstars gear. We got mugs. We got rugs. We got bugs.
Ooh.
You have bugs?
Yeah, buy a little ladybug.
Oh, hell yeah, baby.
Oh.
You can't buy ladybugs on the site. Support the channel. Check out all of our other great merch options, nerdriot.shop, and subscribe to the Breakroom, to new Rockstars, to the Deep Dive. We got really exciting plans for 2024,
Yay.
including seeing more of these two.
Yay.
How about
Oh,
that?
yeah, player.
How about
I just
that?
moved my contact on the camera. I was like, yay.
You know, you gotta move
Sorry.
your fucking house so that you don't live so far away.
I
That is
know,
awesome.
y'all. I'm
Right.
having so much fun. I do live about an hour away from the studio, though, so.
Merry Christmas. Let's jump into this episode recap. How about that?
Okay. The Watcher tells us his favorite Yuletide story, and it's about Happy Hogan planning the best Christmas party ever. Kind of. Yeah, so Happy Hogan is trying to pull this Christmas party together, but Darcy is giving him grief, and Marie Hill is there too.
Oh my gosh. I need to interrupt.
Okay.
During Secret Invasion, there was an article written in the Hollywood Reporter that was like, such and such, and Kobe Smolder still has one more thing on her deal for Marvel. And everyone was like, oh, so she got to be in the Marvels, right? And then the Marvels came and went, and
Yeah.
it was like, oh, okay, that was weird that they wrote that thing in the Hollywood Reporter. It must not have been true. When we were watching this episode, I was like,
That's
it was
so
just what if.
funny. That you're like, oh, there it is. There's the
There's
final
that
appearance.
one.
And she's a good chunk
Wow.
of it. She's a good chunk
Sure,
of it.
she
Got a lot
is.
of dialogue.
Yeah.
Got a lot of dialogue.
I love Colby as Maria Hill. I'm kind of sad that's coming to an end.
I know.
It's
Bring her back.
Yeah.
so
Life
hard.
model decoy.
I'm trying. Oh, this is not problematic. This is not problematic.
All right, let's go.
Okay,
Let's
when
hear
you
it.
say that, it
Let's
makes
hear
me
it.
seem
And I
like-
jab and point at the camera aggressively. When it was Colby Smulders, because we first immediately see her and then we kind of hear, I was like, it took me a minute because in this trailer we have a lot of white women with dark eye makeup done. So I was like, is that Hella? Wait, no, is that? Who is that? And I was having such a hard time, and I was like, oh, it's hard to kind of distinct these people because we even get Captain America later, and I was like, is this Bucky? Is this? And I was like, it's
No, I
kind of hard
totally
to
agree with
distinct
you.
these people.
No. Both episodes, the Nebula episode and this Christmas episode, I was like, is that this or
Yeah.
that or like I was
fine.
having trouble. So I agree.
I think it might be just like because it's the animation style, the cartoon
Yeah.
style is just like flat, like not flat in a bad way, but flat. Like here's their face. They have little features. Like Thor has blonde hair clearly, but like if you're a white man with a beard, I was getting you confused a lot.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I know, it was weird that you were looking over at me while we were watching that. You were like, Scott, Larry? Is that you? It's weird. You don't usually have a beard.
Oh my gosh.
It's crazy.
I do agree with you. Sometimes I think I was like, wait, is that this person or that person
So-
or
sure.
that? Yeah, but
Yeah,
anyway.
but thank God, Maria Hill. God
We
bless
love
her.
her. But while the Avengers are away, the villains come to play. Mwahaha. We get the return of Sam Rockwell's Justin Hammer. Love him. Was so happy to see him
good.
back. And he gets the upper hand and takes control of Stark's Iron Legion suits. And thus, Avengers Tower. Very Die Hard, if I do say so myself.
I love
Die Hard?
I just love that this is now like reason number 2, Tony, that you shouldn't have built those stupid fucking robots.
Yeah.
It's biting him in the ass.
Like,
It's
Ultron
biting him in the
got
ass.
him, Justin Hammer got him. I can't wait for What If Season 3 where Whiplash is like, whoosh.
Yeah.
Well, that's what Pepper was like. Why we always need Pepper is Pepper being like, okay, let's think long term. Is this a great idea to do? And
That's a
Tony's
great
like,
question. No Pepper in this episode.
No
Where the fuck was she?
Pepper. I don't know.
this is the
Maybe.
universe, they're not together.
Yeah. Oh, maybe
I
there
don't-
is no Pepper in this
Whoa.
universe.
Yeah,
Yeah, whoa. That hurt John a little bit.
I can't
John
remember.
got a little emotional.
It can't.
My Goop Queen.
We do love Pepper. She did not appear, and I'm sad about
I
it.
separate the two actors aggressively. I love Pepper Potts. So, back into the show, we find out that Hammer is searching for Hulk blood. Who isn't?
Yeah,
nowadays?
Hulk blood. Everybody wants Hulk blood. It's a top commodity.
Tell me why it is though. Like during She-Hulk, everyone was like, "Give me that blood."
I
Yeah,
mean,
that's right.
it does give you insane.
Yeah, and it makes
But, like,
everyone a power, a superhuman when
Yeah,
you use
yeah,
it.
I get people wanting the like super soldier serum. I don't get people being like, let's get the worst one. Let's get the
I
worst one
agree,
that
like,
makes you kind of freaky.
The super soldier serum, you're like a baddie.
Yeah.
You still have like your identity. You're not,
Dude,
you know.
if I had the super soldier serum, the amount of times I would like bust out of a weird thing with like mist and then do the breathy thing that Chris Evans does when he gets out.
You do that a lot.
Every day. That's how I would sleep.
Too many, like serum blood things right now because we got the Hulk, we got that one, and then we also have now the Super Scroll that is.
There's a lot. Yeah.
I'm like, damn. Also, I'm afraid of needles. I don't want to be injected with anything. Just make me a mutant. Because they're just born kind of with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You question it, John.
I'm more of a Terrigen Mist kind of guy. Just kidding. No one likes the Inhumans. Hey, Hill and Happy attempt to divide and conquer while Hill fails at stopping Hammer. Happy crawls through the vents, die hard, to the lab and accidentally gets injected with the Hulk blood. I loved this sequence simply because, like, it got his leg first, and then it got his arm.
Yeah.
And like the bit of like slowly transforming in other movies and TV shows really gets me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's so funny.
I like it when it happens to Scrappy Doo in the Scooby-Doo movie.
Yes. What a reference.
Yeah, it's a good one. And it's James Gunn.
It is?
Yes, James Gunn did the Scooby-Doo movies.
He wrote
Mind
the first
them.
one.
Blown right now.
And this happened in the first one. This was when Scrappy was like, me, the powerful. And then he drops in his big head.
Funny. Oh my gosh.
He's really good at those antics.
I love the Freak. I thought the Freak was super cool. The Happy Hogan's transformation
Yes.
is the Freak.
Yes.
Though I don't know. I read somewhere that like apparently it's there's obviously tons of the Freaks, right? And so they did kind of an amalgamation of all the different ones. But I guess Happy specifically said like, hey, if y'all bring me like, let's get the Freak back in here somehow. So he actually said that.
Interesting. How funny.
I thought it was at the
Why
event
would he
we were
choose
at.
that one?
I don't know. But also the Freak is different than the Hulk we know because the Hulk, when Bruce Banner turns into the Hulk, like he loses all sensibilities.
he's
like
a baby.
Like we had Happy Hogan, though you know Happy Hogan's mind. It's definitely he's not like the Vision or anything, you know. But it's like he still had his wits and senses about him, you know. So I don't know. I kind of like love the Freak, and he was like purple and pink.
Yeah.
I will say there was a question from a younger fan at our event that asked like how they determined what color they wanted for
Yeah.
the Freak, and they gave like a real answer to this child, and I was like, you know, preserve some of the like.
What did
magic.
they say? I forgot.
They said like I don't know. They showed us a bunch of different versions, and we liked the purple one best. And it was
I
just
know,
like,
it was, like,
just tell the
entertaining.
kid that you like you like purple. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I was like,
hate
oh,
because
I
of
wonder.
Barney.
It'd be
No,
funny,
kidding.
right? It'd be funny if they did like green shorts, purple body,
Yeah, I
instead
thought-
of
yeah.
purple shorts, green body.
Yeah, that would have been fun. That would have been fun.
I thought that's
like-
maybe what they were going for, but it turns out no. They were just like, oh, we like that one the best.
Yeah, I do remember the kid asking that question now, and they gave like a very like
Adult.
a straight adult
here's how
answer,
TV
and this
shows are
poor kid
made.
was like, "Thank you."
My whimsy is gone.
Oh
She
man.
left. So Happy tries to contact the Avengers, but all of them are tied up with various holiday jobs, basically. And as his hand starts to kind of hulkify, crushing his phone. So he's SOL here. I love that like the one of the just can you imagine like. Hey guys, we're gonna take our kids to the Century City Mall. You know who's doing Santa? Elon Musk.
Yeah, Tony.
Like, why is Tony Stark
and he
Santa
clearly
at a
hates
mall?
it. Like, I get it. I get being like, yeah, Iron Man's gonna be Santa, but I'm like, remember who's in the suit?
You know,
Yeah, why? How did he get stuck with that job?
I feel like this is where we see Pepper Potts.
Yeah.
Pepper Potts must have been like, Tony, it's Christmas.
You gotta give
You
back
gotta do
or
something.
Yeah,
And he's like, fine, I'll be a Santa.
I can't remember why we did this, but a long time ago here in New Rockstars, we did do research on like how the Avengers make money. And there's
that was a
one
big question.
Yeah, there's one comic strip or one one comic book where it had like a full page of everything they do, and I think this would fall under the like civil, like go outside and actually do something.
Give back to community or something.
It was a big question episode that we did while Falcon and the Winter Soldier was airing because Sam Wilson gets his loan denied.
Oh yeah, because I was like,
just like, can't he get money from anyone?
This is crazy. I was
Yeah,
like,
literally. And like, why are you going to the bank?
think?
You can go to Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Or, like anybody. Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
So, Happy and Darcy hatch this plan to bring a backup Jarvis online, and he goes full Hulk Hogan, eventually squaring off with Justin Hammer in the Hulkbuster suit. Can we talk about these alternate Jarvises? Because this,
Such
I
a
loved.
weird. You loved this Jarvis?
I loved. I loved Werner. I liked.
Okay.
But it was spelled, like W.E.R.N.E.R.
Yeah, Warner.
And I was like, what's the acronym?
Yeah.
What's the acronym? That was the question that I wanted to ask in that Q&A.
What is it?
Because like Friday, Jarvis,
They all
stand for something.
Edith
so
are
what's
all.
Warner?
I'm like, what? I want to know the acronym.
They definitely made it for people like us that break it down eventually, and they're like, you guys can come up with a fun one.
I had my hand like half raised, and at one point, Brandon Davis was like, "We got like a quiet hand there," and they went to someone else, and I was like, "Yeah, I don't need this question to be answered." And there's other people here who
I
should
would
get
love to
their
have
questions in.
known.
I want to know what Werner
Yeah,
stands
me
for.
too now that you said that.
We'll
Also,
come up
the
with something.
accent. It had a German accent.
Yeah, so interesting. They said this in the Q&A. They reached out to Werner Herzog to do the voice. They had just seen him do The Mandalorian season 1 when they were writing this episode, and they were like, "Oh, that's fun. John Favreau's directing.
Yeah.
He's happy in this episode. We'll give him a little tie-in to that." And they reached out to Werner, and Werner politely declined. So it's not his voice. They kept it.
They did all of that, and then that's kind of funny.
Hey,
to be honest.
our man's an artist, an artiste,
he's
and he
like
chooses.
No, he's picky apparently.
He is very picky.
There you go.
So Hammer Hulk busts up. It's back to action, filled with Christmas music. This is my favorite part of the episode. All the like random jingles that they kind of threw in, filled with Christmas music, and honestly, the whole thing was like a freaking rock show. Eventually, Darcy and Maria Hill get their Werner AI program online, and it was very funny. We were all sort of dying in the back of the theater there. Although it doesn't really openly cooperate.
It was a mouthy, stubborn.
It really was.
Well, yeah, the brains that
System.
all of their that Jarvis, that Edith, technically Edith, but like what they get is so sentient to themselves that they're like, no, I don't want to do this, and I'm like, of course, the Werner Herzog is just too sophisticated, doesn't want to help.
Yeah, it was funny.
Being stubborn.
You have to tame the Justin Hammer in order for it to calm down. No amount of my intervention can stop him from fulfilling
How
his
often
destiny.
do you listen to him, or do you just remember that clip of "Show Me the Baby"?
Show me the baby. Then the Avengers show up,
Good at it.
and they echo one of the opening shots of Avengers Ultron. This was so fun. That little like slow-mo arrow thing, really great. Then they go after the wrong guy because they're like, "Who's this freaking scary purple dude? That's got to be Tony in that Iron Man suit. Let's beat up this dude."
Yeah.
They're attacking Happy until Darcy steps in and corrects them. Tony disables the suit, and Hammer falls off the tower. But of course, Happy saves him because it's Christmas after all. But I kind of wanted a Mace Windu fate for
You wanted
Justin
me
Hammer.
unalive? They can't do that in a Christmas special. Okay, but you know what's so funny? No, you're right.
He can land in a pile of snow. Or
No one
something.
dies on
Okay,
Christmas.
yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's true. He could have landed in snow. But just the tone change up between we were just talking about the Nebula episode then to this, and we watched them back to back.
was
And I remember
really
I was
jarring.
like, man, I'm like they're going dark this year. And then we went into the Christmas episode, and I was like, what was I even like saying?
And when you say back to back, you mean back to back. There were
Yeah.
no credits. There was no bathroom break. They were just like, and here we go. We're gonna have fun.
It was funny. Someone next to me was like, "We're gonna watch the second episode," and I was like, "No, that was
That was
two."
it. Someone next to you thought that was all one
Yeah, they thought
episode.
there was gonna be like an opening, and
They
anyway.
said, my dude, no, not at all, not at all.
those are not the
I
same
wish. I
episode.
wish I was
Yeah.
that whimsical.
This was one of my more fun parts of this episode too. Happy asks Tony if there's a cure, but Tony kind of like laughs it off. I just think that's funny because like the serum wasn't finished. He was still like experimenting with it, and that makes total sense to me. That like you're not going to develop a cure until you have the thing that you're ready to use.
Yeah.
He's like, well, no, I don't have a cure. We weren't ready to
Yeah.
poke someone with this
We
thing
didn't
yet. Why
think-
would we need it?
Yeah, exactly. Because it was like incubating or something, right? And they wanted to get access to it. But this one was a funny one. I also liked Natasha Romanoff as a ballerina. I was like little sugar plum fairy.
That
reference
scene with
there.
her
Russian
gun with the,
Yeah.
on top of the roof of the ballet.
Stage, yeah,
oh
yeah.
my god! Just like well, she was dancing. Remember when she was introduced into the MCU? She was dancing. She was
was in
like
a boxing
She
ring.
was this. She was. Oh no! I guess. Oh, was it? Oh my God! What
Iron Man 2?
movie was it? Where she's in the black dress, she's tied up, she gets out of it.
That's
and
the Avengers.
Is it
the
Avengers? Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I was like, she's just a dancer. She's just fluid. She's beautiful.
Yeah.
Great.
I do
like
think
that
that
little-
like my favorite. I keep saying my favorite parts. Some of my favorite things about like What If. We already talked about this last a couple days ago with the Nebula episode, but like this episode also sort of has like there's another story in here that I want to follow. You know, we had talked a few days ago about like, we really want to explore like Yondu and Nebula's relationship and what that might have been like before Yondu died. This, I want to see like what mission Natasha was on and like who's this other ballerina
LA
she's fighting.
agent, yeah,
like,
yeah.
what is this? Yeah.
No, I wanted to know what was going on there for sure. I was like, this is so cool. I'd love to see, we talked about like fun episodes we want to see. Like, I'd love for them to like deep dive into some like ballerina training. Like, you remember John Wick? Was it the third one, I think? And they like had the whole like ballerina training.
Yeah.
Am I just making this up?
No,
Okay,
no,
good.
now they're doing
You
like a
guys-
spin-off.
Yeah, they're in the
Yeah,
spin-off now.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Because I was like, I kind of like
They
like
could
that.
they
I
could
don't
get
know.
into it because in the Red Room they were like forced to learn to dance and do ballet.
Yeah.
And,
No, I think like a whole.
But it was.
No, yeah. I think that'd be cool.
Why do you think that's funny? Being forced to dance.
Yeah.
I just like because the like stories from the Red Room are so awful and heinous,
Horrible.
and there's like these like forced hysterectomies, and like you have these women who are like killing each other and they're brainwashed, but also like we have dance lessons.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Well, I'm
Like,
sure
such
they're
a weird.
beat and yelled at if they misstep
you're
or
right.
something.
Yeah.
It's,
It's
probably
like human
aggressive.
experimentation, and now it's a
Yeah,
dance
and then the
class.
arts, and then the arts.
Yeah,
we,
the arts.
we raise ladies in STEM here.
Oh my gosh.
I want to quickly touch back on this freak thing. You had sort of mentioned that it was, a combination of different characters from the comics. In the comics, the freak is this name given to Happy Hogan after he's brought back to life with Tony Stark's medical enervation intensifier. Ooh, we got it. As it multiplied his strength by 100-fold and altered his facial structure. Comics are comics, so this is a little bit of multiple characters, as Jackie said. Named the freak, and they sort of took them all and shoved them into one little guy. And some are involved with Iron Man in the comics, some are not. But director of this episode, Brian Andrews, said that the team took multiple appearances of the freak characters from the comics and kind of like combined their looks. I'm imagining like a paper doll that you like cut the head off of one and put the head on and change the dress. And I don't know. I was a
Okay,
weird
I'm
kid.
sorry, that comparison, like, it works, but I just was the last thing I was thinking.
Yeah, that-
And then I was, like, flashing back to my youth. Do you remember, did you ever play with those? My mom would always buy me those, and then you would, like, change the
Yeah.
dress. I'm sorry. Anyway.
I had an older sister. They combine their looks to kind of arrive on Happy's look. This is what we talked about with that little kid. Evan very nicely
little
put
kid.
it in the script to explain it a little bit more, but that kid was still crying. Speaking of crying, is Happy stuck like this? Because we talked a couple
Okay,
days
that
ago.
transition, though, speaking of crying,
We
I
talked
was
a
like,
couple of days ago
Is he gonna
about
cry
like,
in this
hey,
one
do we
forever?
think Nebula could come back and maybe be
Yeah.
in this finale episode like they did in season 1? Is Happy stuck like this? Are we going to see a Happy Freak Hogan in
I think so.
more What If?
Yeah. And I think that's the best part is that he is still conscious as Happy Hogan and not a little baby brain like Hulk was at the beginning. Because what did Hulk do during like the blip? He was there tinkering with things and trying to fix things the entire time. So I just imagine Happy will still be standby, kind of as they procure some sort of like cure. But he'll just at least he's normal in the brain.
We kind of said this during the last episode, but I do love the idea of there always being like a team up episode that we look forward to. And I think if Nebula / Yondu and the Freak aren't in there, I'm gonna be disappointed because like I really like both of them. So
Well,
I want them in.
And in yesterday's episode, we get this like 80s Avengers with Marvel, Hank Pym, T'Chaka, etc. So we have that version of a team up. I love like if we do need to do another team up Poor the Hulk, but it is like, yeah, let's get him out of here. He's kind of a wild card. Let's get the guy who has the powers, but also is kind of gonna hold it together.
I think we've already kind of, and I'm only saying this because I'm crossing every fandom in my mind, but it's like the team of freaks. Not like the freaks, but like, you know, not even the underdogs, just like the losers.
Get Rocket
club.
in there.
Yeah, it's like you get Rocket, and then you get Nebula, who has Yondu's fin, is a part of the Nova Corps, and
Misfits,
then you get the
yeah.
the Misfits. Yes,
There you
you
go.
get the
Yes.
Misfits. You get the Misfits.
Oh,
got-
that needs to be a movie.
I do
Not
want-
just
I
an
want, like-
episode. I would love that.
Young Avengers, Thunderbolts, and Misfits.
Yeah.
And
It's
X-Men
funny
and
'cause
Fantastic
the
Four, and
Misfits-
just have them all fight each
The
other.
Misfits would have with especially Nebula, and we have Rocket, and then we have Happy. It's like these are the people that actually should be on a team together because they're known to lead and known to follow. They're great at taking orders. They are all like the military mindset, and then they're also just the full-hearted. Actually, the people have good moral
And all
compasses.
very smart too.
All
Like,
very,
they
and
play-
all very
yeah.
smart. All of them can do engineer things. So I'm like, that actually is probably the most successful team. The team of
Someone
Misfits.
write that comic or make that episode happen or make that movie happen.
Yeah.
I would
Marshall?
take my money.
You
Take
know
my
you're
money.
watching?
Marshall,
Brad
take my
We
money.
Winter-
know
Bomb?
that you're not in charge of that kind of thing at Marvel, but we wish you were.
Yeah.
I want to ask you guys, we know that a lot of these episodes are sort of inspired by different movies. We kind of discussed the other day about like what other genres we would like to see play out in What If. I do want to know a slightly different version of that question. What Christmas tropes or Christmas movies did you miss that we like didn't get in this episode? And if they do like a Christmas episode every season or something like that, is there a movie that you kind of would like to see parodied for season 3?
a holiday
Yeah.
episode.
Christmas Vacation, like
Yeah, they could do
some funny
Oh.
road trippy kind
And
of thing.
who-
They could
So-
easily do the Home Alone bit.
Oh,
And I'm surprised
Home
they
Alone.
didn't because that's everybody.
So
Yeah.
who is Kevin?
I mean, I feel like if you want to go obvious, it'd probably be like Tom Holland.
I was just gonna
Spider-Man.
say
Spider-Man?
that.
Yeah, because he is also clumsy, and so it would
Yeah.
make sense to be like, "Oh no, you guys!" and like flimsy all over the place.
The only problem with Tom Holland is
He's not a boy anymore.
he doesn't have any parents to
Aw,
forget him
Come
at
on.
home.
Well, I think it would be like someone else. It would be someone of the Avengers being like, "Oh my God, we left him." They would also get there quicker though. Then
I would love a like Spider-Man Home Alone episode, and then like who'd be the two baddies that are coming after?
Oh yeah, who are the Wet Bandits?
Yeah. It's got to be a duo, like a good duo. It doesn't even necessarily need to be villains.
it still could be Justin Hammer and his goons.
It is like who are the
Yeah.
like petty criminals of the MCU? That's not bad. I do like Tracksuit Mafia if they had a couple of like
They have that
more
vibe.
prominent people that feels like a good, you know,
Gosh, I
low
gotta
level
think on
criminal
that
type
one.
of thing.
Yeah, I got to think on that one.
I
Let us
also
know in the
think
comments.
let us know in the comments. I think it could also be funny if the person left alone was like, they forgot Daredevil. Like it could like someone that genuinely would actually help on any Avenger style like mission. It could be Miss Marvel. It could be anyone and it'd still be very funny.
Can we? I know you were saying this before, but like this screening was super cool. But like the coolest part about the screening was that X-Men are coming back. I don't know if we're going to talk about that
Yeah.
in this or elsewhere.
We've talked about it, so
Okay.
feel free to.
I mean, I literally wanted to jump out of my seat, but I knew we were at like an event with like.
Oh, it didn't stop me from
It
screaming.
was so hard because like all of the press was in the middle, and then all of the like fans, but also the people who worked on the show were like on the sides.
Yeah.
It was hard as the press to be like, you have to.
I didn't.
Like, professional, and then Jessica was hitting me.
I
throughout the
screamed.
whole-
But also,
Yeah.
as a black woman, and not many are there's maybe like 3 of us, I screamed for Storm. And rightfully so. We all should have. So as soon as I went, Storm! I screamed from the back. I love her.
Oh, we love Storm.
We
Yeah.
love Storm.
I mean, Storm was like probably one of the most influential women characters in my life.
Hell
Like
yeah.
I remember I was watching the animated series when I was young and I was like, she's brilliant, she's a leader, she was extremely powerful. I mean, like in my opinion back then I thought she was like the most powerful,
Yeah, she was-
you know? I mean, I'm just really excited that a younger generation is going to be like introduced to these. I mean, I'm sure if they read the comics and there was the movies, but like this animated iteration of it, like I was like, oh my gosh, like this is so nice that they're gonna have this, and us too. But you know, we're old. But
Yeah,
I always
and-
think about like some people never. Oh, and the song they played the '90s song. Da 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 da. I was like. I honestly, that trailer like had me
It
shook.
was so,
Yeah.
it's so good. That's why I felt bad. We talked about this briefly on the break room, and when we were asking questions about Eyes of Wakanda and Spider-Man, I was like, I remember it, but I was also so taken aback by the X-Men that I was still like, wait, what's going on? I was like coming off the post like Scream weirdness of like, I just saw Rogue do something really cool. Like I need to settle down.
What? So for me, the ones that stuck out was definitely X-Men and then Eyes of Wakanda. I thought the animation looked gorgeous for Eyes of Wakanda. So I'm definitely, those were the two that stuck out to me the most. I forgot what the other ones were.
It was the Spider-Man series there.
Oh,
That's
it
not
was
Freshman
cute.
Spider-Man, but what is it? What's the new
Friendly
title?
Neighborhood Spider-Man.
Yeah, it
Your
looked
Friendly
cute,
Neighborhood
yeah.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, sorry, it slightly got overshadowed by, yeah.
It did. I'm sorry. You should not have started with X-Men. Maybe make X-Men the third one that showed up, and that would have freaked us all out. Like we would have been paying close attention.
Yeah.
I know we're slightly off topic here, but I am looking forward to a Marvel Studios version and telling of Peter Parker's origin story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've gotten that a lot from a lot of different people, but I am curious to see what Marvel Studios' take on it is. Before we go, I do want to ask you guys one more kind of holiday-related question.
Ooh, okay.
Last year, we got the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. The year before, we had Hawkeye, which took place over Christmas. So it is kind of becoming a yearly tradition for Marvel to put out some kind of holiday content. Here's my question. We also had Iron Man 3 back in the day, if you remember that movie. I'm going to rule out
Dude,
Spider-Man.
Iron Man 3 was 10 years ago.
Don't say that.
Dude,
I
Was it really?
Yeah.
I just was thinking it came out around
I've been living
2013.
in LA for a really long time now.
Well, no, we were 19.
Anyway, we it's been a long time. I'll just say that. When you just had Iron Man 3 pop up, I was like, when did that come out? Oof. Anyway, moving on. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No.
Just wanted that to marinate that was a
Now
decade
we're all
ago.
sad. It's fine, Jackie. No worries.
Wait, sorry, not also the sidetrack. On Twitter, someone said, name the top movie that came out when you were 7, and someone did say like Age of Ultron, and I was like,
It was Infinity War.
I said, what? I was like, how do you know how to type?
Brian, we can cut all this. So I'm gonna rule out No Way Home just because there's maybe a couple of shots that take place around Christmas time.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
We know that part of it takes place during Halloween. We see the strange Halloween lights. So I'm just gonna say that movie takes place over too wide of a period of time.
Yeah.
Is this now the best or your favorite, I guess, Marvel MCU Christmas thing?
It's hard. That's hard because I think it's in a different category since it's like a 30-minute animated, we can put in every Avenger in this episode because they can. Mm-hmm. That's the thing is What If can do everything that the Marvel Cinematic Universe can't right now. They can throw your favorite characters and put them in a Dairy Queen. So I'm like, yeah, they get to do that. But I guess and not in the same category, I do really like. Did you say I can't include Hawkeye?
No, you can.
I like the Hawkeye as a Christmas series because it's a time about being together, and he's like, I can't because I need to fix what I did in the past, and it's like a little. What is it? Is it Jack Frost when the dad is the snowman? Do you not know that one where he disappears at the end?
No, I know. I never saw that movie. Is that the one with Michael Keaton?
Yes, and he's the snowman.
Oh, that
and he
Jack
dies.
Frost.
Which Jack Frost? And then there's an animated Jack Frost.
Yeah, that's the one.
So anyway,
it felt very heartwarming, and I liked it a lot.
That was a very thoughtful answer. I do agree with you. I think they're all very different.
Yeah.
I mean, Guardians was like a special, and then honestly, Iron Man 3 was so long ago. I hate to say that. That was Christmas. Okay, yeah, Christmas elements, yes. And then Hawkeye. I don't even need to say anything. Jessica covered that. I think that it's a solid episode, and I may rewatch it. I don't think it's the greatest one in my opinion, but I thought it was fun and entertaining. And they're all very different, right? You could even like we said throw Spider-Man No Way Home in there, and that if we included that movie's phenomenal, right? So I don't know. I think they all kind of stand on their own in different ways, and they're all quite different.
I was gauging it on which one's the most Christmassy, and Spider-Man wasn't it was.
Yeah.
There was nothing about it that was Christmassy.
No.
It was just.
I'm
elements,
thinking tomorrow's Christmas.
What are you watching?
What are you putting on?
Yeah.
Oh, we do.
I think Guardians.
Yeah.
For me, I think Guardians for me.
It's
That's a
nice.
good
It's
one.
cute.
Yeah.
You don't have to like invest in it too much. You
Yeah.
just kind of have.
I
it
think
on.
I
Just
would put on
mindless
this one.
in the background, yeah.
You hear that, James? It was mindless.
No, not mindless. I mean, like, it's like, it
No,
doesn't
sorry.
require,
No,
you don't
you're
need
right.
to be like watching,
You're
like
right.
it's like Loki's season finale and you're like, oh my
Right,
gosh, spaghetti
absolutely.
people, dimensions, there's a tree of life.
There's a tree.
Anyway, yeah.
There's also a tree in Guardian Special. Actually, is there? Did they bring a Christmas tree?
You was Groot. When I before I started working here, this story will connect, I promise. Before I started working here, I would get in a fight with a friend of mine who ironically now works at Marvel.
Oh.
And him and I would fight because
That's why you don't get free stuff from Marvel, by the way, just in case.
I fought
You
this
ruined
friend.
it for all of
Yeah,
us.
exactly.
He would yell at me because this was a while ago, so there weren't as many movies. I said Iron Man 3 was a top 5 Marvel movie.
Okay, do you still stand by that?
Well, this
No,
was before
I don't
Yeah.
stand by that. It has not aged as well as some other Marvel movies have. I also think it's just maybe not that good. I was like getting into film, and I was like, oh, Shane Black, like I like his other movies, blah blah blah. It's so much fun. So I do have kind of a
Well,
soft
you know, it
spot
was a
for Iron
decade
Man
ago,
3.
so a lot of time
That's right.
has passed.
That's right. So that's my
But are you gonna pick Iron Man 3?
yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna watch the first hour and then probably turn it off.
You know what? I think y'all should do a poll on this. Like, this needs to be a poll that your viewers.
Oh
are
yeah,
gonna...
let us know in the comments
Send
if
it
you're
to
gonna
me.
choose
I
Iron Man
truly-
3, Guardians, Holiday Special, or Hawkeye.
Hawkeye is really strong.
It's
I
hard
didn't want to
because,
like pick
at
yours
least
too. Yeah, but
yours.
yeah.
If you're watching even if you watch the movie, it's an hour. If you watch yours, it's like the special. Mine is a full series.
Yeah.
but it is still very Christmassy.
Yeah.
It is very Christmas part.
You watch one a day, starting on December 22nd, and then you'll be done by. I guess
Okay.
it's less episodes, so you'll be
Huge
you'll be done
marketing for Disney. They should do, you know how there's the 12 Days of Christmas? You guys remember the Family Channel and it had like the 12 Days of
Well,
Christmas?
that's why Disney already does with ABC Family, right? The 25 Days of Christmas.
Well, I was
I don't
thinking
have
they
a
should
family.
do on Disney Plus, they should be like, here's the day 1, here's day 2,
Oh,
and they
they
can
should.
be pushing all their stuff.
smart.
Marshall,
Marshall?
hit me up for marketing ideas.
Close this up.
Yeah, close it
Suture
up.
this.
All right.
Hold on, no, is that not a bad idea?
No,
No, I
that's
think it's a
perfect.
great
I think
idea.
we have to end the
Anyway.
episode on that because we're not going to have any better ideas than that. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Inside Marvel. Remember to subscribe to all 3 channels on the new Rockstars network. That's this channel, the Breakroom, the new Rockstars channel, and the Deep Dive. Check out nerdriot.shop. Get some Echo stuff before the show comes out. And hey, where can folks find you if they're mindlessly scrolling X over the holiday break?
I was like, did you just say X?
I still don't
Anyway.
call it X.
I know, me either. And I hate when I hear it. I know that is what it is now. But anyway, moving on. I'm on all the different social media platforms at Jacki Jing, JCKIJING. Yay. Go follow
I'm
me.
Jessica Clemons. Type in Jessica Clemons. Actually, don't.
Just
Use
that
the
one?
search
No.
feature.
You know what
I won't
happens?
tell you what
when you
URL
use
to
it,
go to.
you'll find the doctor,
doctor.
the doctor Jessica Clemons in New York, who is also a black woman.
Don't
and it
follow
is not
her.
me.
She's evil.
Do you know how many follows you've lost?
I
No, I'm
know.
kidding.
Well, the
I'm
thing
totally
is, I know she exists, and I know she knows I exist because her IMDb credits will sometimes go to me, and I follow her on every
Does she have
platform,
an
and she does
IMDb?
not follow me back. Jessica Clemons, PhD.
Oh my
if you
gosh,
hear
you
this,
follow her?
yes, because we have the same
Oh.
name. We both. Because she does doctor stuff online too, so she's
follow
very
you.
she's very smart. You guys should go follow her and follow me.
By the way, Jessica, I was gonna say that was like the best news voice I've ever heard in my life. You like turn to the camera and you're like, I'm Jessica Clemons.
I'm Jessica Clemons. The president has been shot.
Holy shit. We gotta go attend to that. Unfortunately, we are the Secret Service. Thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you tomorrow. Bye.